The U.S. House of Representatives passed a 2,000-page omnibus budget bill that contains the entirety of the controversial Cybersecurity Information Sharing Act, known to many as CISA. Remember all those times we talked about CISA and spying provisions and the big controversy and will it pass or won't it? It's killed, it's back, it's gone. Well, it has now been quietly passed by the House of Representatives and by the Senate, and President Obama has signed it. And most people never even found out that CISA was back and wrapped into this huge bill that would prevent a government shutdown by funding a bunch of areas of government. Remember, CISA provides ways for the government and government agencies to easily keep tabs on Americans without their knowledge. CISA was absolutely destroyed by privacy advocates and tech titans. We heard from Amazon and Apple and Dropbox and Google. They all said this throws privacy out the window. The CISA provisions that were passed appear to be even more lax with regard to privacy, even compared to some of the original versions that we had discussed. For example, a previously held prohibition against sharing information with the NSA has been removed. It's now even easier to share information with the NSA. The provision that required personal information to be scrubbed from cybersecurity reports, that appears to be missing from this version that was passed as part of this big budget bill. We protested against this legislation for over a year, but they ended up sneaking it as a rider onto a huge budget bill. People activated against it nationwide, and now, Lewis, passed by slipping it into just another bill. A bill that most people want passed because it keeps the government open, and we know what a disaster the last government shutdown was.
And so if this was, do we have support? Was this like, I don't know what the word is here, did they come to this agreement, Democrats and Republicans, because Democrats wanted some things, Republicans wanted this in there? Do Democrats want this in there? I mean, how does this end up in the bill when everyone in the House knows it's in the bill?
The numbers are disturbing, and I would say it's funny how it happened, but it's more disturbing and sad. If we look at House Republicans, 150 voted yes, 95 voted no. If we look at House Democrats, 166 voted yes, 18 voted no. More support in the House from Democrats. Exact same thing in the Senate. 37 Democratic senators voting yes, 25 Republican senators voting yes. Much of this is about funding the government, right? It's not even about CISA. We can't say Democrats like CISA more than Republicans.
Right, everyone is voting on the entire bill.
They're voting on the entire bill. And much of this is about, there's no reason this all needs to be done together, right? CISA did not pass on its own, and now it's wrapped in with this, but there's no reason it has to be that way. We can vote on CISA as one bill and vote on keeping government open as another bill. And corporate media coverage, I mean, just laughable, right? Just not talking about this. CISA is here. CISA has been passed, and this is the status quo of American politics at this point. We talk about issues on on which Republicans and Democrats are very, very far apart. Here, Republicans and Democrats almost equally just turning a blind eye or not even knowing or caring that the CISA provisions were in this funding bill, and that's what we get. That's what we have now.
Yeah, it's really pathetic. I mean, it's the transparency, the government transparency is already there is no transparency.
No.
And so now this, and it just seems like a really weaselly, ridiculous thing for governments to be doing.
And it's the status quo.
It is.